Hey, this is Aaron Chen. How you doing? And if you're watching this video right now, then you're looking for some advice on how to be successful in business, okay? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Aaron Chen. I'm an online entrepreneur. I've been online for the last 9 years building my business. The first 8 years, I failed miserably. I literally wanted to quit over 15 times because I had, was just hitting roadblock after roadblock, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But over the last year, I've actually generated over 1,000 sales in my business, created a 5-figure online business for myself. And so I know a thing or two when it comes to, failure and success when it comes to business, okay? So I wanted to talk a little bit, over the next few minutes about, what it really takes to build a successful business. And I'm hoping that this advice will help you today in your business, and you can take some of these strategies that I learned over the last 9 years and you can apply it to yourself, and you can have some tremendous success in your own business that you're building, okay? So the first thing that I would say is that when it comes to business, you've got to treat your business like a business. Otherwise, if you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby, right? If you treat it like a real business, then it's really going to reward you and pay you like a real business. And what do I mean by that? Well, the attitude that you must take when it comes to building a business, whether it's offline or online, is that you must work really, really friggin' hard, okay? There's no shortcuts around building a business, right? So if you think that you can spend 20% of your time just kind of building your business, then unfortunately it's probably not the right time for you to try to build a business, because you're never going to create enough momentum or energy in your business to get it to take off, okay? I'll use the analogy of a shuttle trying to lift off into space, right? 80% or 80 to 90% of the energy actually goes into the takeoff, because the shuttle is so heavy that it takes so much tremendous power to get it to lift off the ground. Now once it starts lifting off, and it starts to hit close to the atmosphere, then it's only the remaining 10% of energy that requires to continue to project it out into space, right? But the initial takeoff, because of gravity and the shuttle is really heavy, and because it's stationary, it takes a lot of energy. And so when you look at building a business, it's the same kind of thing, right? When you start from zero, you've got absolutely nothing. You've got no platform, you've got no infrastructure. You've got to put a ton of time and energy and resources into building your business, right? So that's the first thing that I would say, okay? So if you're not willing to put in the hard work, then you're probably not going to be very successful, unfortunately. Another thing that I could say is that you're probably going to spend a lot more money than you expect to spend. When a lot of people, they think that, I probably only need this much of money, which is probably not that much. And some people, think that they can spend no money on their business. It's just, I don't even understand people that even think that, right? Business requires investment, okay? And you will always end up spending more money than you expect to spend, okay? I've put in over $100,000 into my business over the last, 8 to 9 years. And actually, if you think about it, that's not that much money, because it's been a long time, right? And if you were to start some sort of traditional business, like if you were to buy a franchise like a Starbucks or a McDonald's, or you wanted to start your own restaurant, it will cost you at least $300,000 to $500,000 in investment. Because think about it, right? If you were to start a restaurant, you would need to rent out the space, you would need to get the architectural plans, you would need to do the construction, you would need to buy all the furniture, you need to set up the kitchen, you need to hire staff, you have to get uniforms, you have to pay insurance, you have to pay rental. There's just so many things that you need to do, and it's very, very expensive, right? The only reason why I've actually spent 3 times less is because I built my business online. Now, does that mean that you have to spend $100,000 if you wanted to start an online business? No, probably not, right? But you would need to spend some money, right? There is a base amount of cost that you need to spend in order to set up any business, right? And in an online business, you need a website builder, you need an autoresponder, you need tracking, and you need leads, right? And if you don't have a little bit of money to spend on these things, then you've got no business being in business. What I would say is stay in your job, keep working hard, save up some money, and once you've got enough money, to actually invest in your business, it's business investment, then start on your business. But even then, I would recommend that you stay in your full-time job, You don't want to quit your full-time job and focus just on your business, because the chances of you being successful are actually pretty slim, to be honest. I'll take the restaurant industry as an example. 9 out of every 10 restaurants end up closing within their first 12 months. Think about that. That's pretty crazy, right? 9 out of 10. That means 90% of all restaurants shut down in their first year of business. How do I know that? Because I wanted to start a restaurant. Before I became an online entrepreneur, I was actually going to start my own restaurant, and so I did a lot of research on it, and that was the statistic. It's crazy, right? Now, I'm glad I didn't end up starting a restaurant, because that probably would have been even more challenging than building an online business, okay? So this is just to kind of give you an idea of what it takes, and some other things is that you've got to be really, really thick skin, okay? When it comes to building a business, you've got to have thick skin, right? If you're going to buckle at every little challenge out there, then you're never going to build a successful business, Remember that every time you wake up and you're going through your business, you're going to come into challenges. Literally, you're going to hit roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. It doesn't matter what kind of business you build. It could be the restaurant business, the franchise business, the insurance business, or it could be the online business. You will run into roadblocks, all right? I'll give you an example. So over the last 9 years, I've had multiple social media accounts shut down. I've had my Google account shut down once. I've had my Facebook account shut down 3 times. I've had my YouTube account shut down once, right? And it's not that I was trying to do anything wrong on purpose. I just didn't really know the rules, right? And as you're going through business, this is what's going to happen. You don't really know what you're doing until you do it, and then something happens, and then what you have to do is you have to say, okay, I made a mistake here. What am I going to do to fix that mistake and get around it, right? So a lot of what you end up doing in business is you're a problem solver. Literally every day you've got little problems and you have to solve them, and that's the only way you're going to progress in your business. Now, every time I had a social media account shut down, I did want to quit, because I would spend, probably 6 months to a year building up that platform, and all of a sudden, bang, it just gets shut down because I unfortunately broke some of their rules that I didn't know I was breaking, right? And they would just shut you down. And the big boys don't care, all right? The YouTubes, the Googles, the Facebooks, they don't care about your little business, right? They'll just shut you down, okay? And you're not going to be able to reopen your account, or it's going to be extremely difficult for you to do that, right? So it's very, very frustrating, right? I was extremely frustrated, and at those points in my business career, I really wanted to quit, but I would sort of take a little break. I would, recompose myself, maybe take 1 or 2 days off, and then I'd wake up and I'd be refreshed, and then I'd be motivated again, because it's all about your why, right? If your why is big enough, then you're just gonna plow through all these roadblocks, right? But if your why isn't big enough, then you're probably gonna end up quitting, just like most people do, and you're just gonna go back to doing what you were always doing before, which is probably, working your normal 9-to-5 day job, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Most people are just geared towards working a full-time job. But if that's not you, and you have dreams and goals, and you want to take your life to a certain level, then you have to understand that building a business, it requires you to be really thick-skinned, and you literally have to just brush it off, get back on that horse again, as they say. Look at what you did wrong and just pivot. Pivot. Maybe realign your strategies, try something else, and then just move forward, right? And then you can see that sign right there, take massive action. That's absolutely what you got to do. You have to take massive action, right? And what I did, is every time I came back from work, I'd start work at 8:30, I'd finish about 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'd come home, I wouldn't even have dinner, right? I'd have a dinner later, but I would literally work on my business straight away. I would do some keyword research, I would shoot videos, I would try to drive traffic, I would build my sales funnels, and I would work for 2 to 3 hours every single night, right? And I would do that 5 to 6 to 7 days a week, I would put in more time on the weekend. I probably, most times I would work 5 to 6 hours on the weekend. So on a Saturday I'd work 5 to 6 hours, and then on the Sunday I'd do the same thing. Why? Because I knew that's what it took to build a business, right? And if I can give you any advice, then you have to really, really decide if this is for you. And if it's for you, and you're, again, like I said, if your dreams are big enough, then you have to do whatever it takes to build that business, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take all of your effort. It's going to take much more than all of your effort. You know, I think building a business is probably one of the most challenging things that I've ever had to do in my life, right? And being tenacious is a prerequisite. If you're going to give up at the first sign of trouble, then you know, just me to you, you know, as a potential entrepreneur, right? I suggest that you just stay in your day job, because this is not for you, right? But if that sounds, you know, but if you're still interested in achieving your dreams, and you get it, right? You understand that this is going to be difficult, then it can be one of the most rewarding things, being able to build your own business, have a regular income from it, and then slowly, you know, automate it, use systems and tools, and maybe people as well, systematize it, and then you get a lot of freedom and you get your life back, right? That's the reason why I started my business, and that's the reason why I struggled for, you know, 8 years, and I never gave up, even though, you know, my friends were telling me I was crazy, and my parents were just like, you know, Aaron, what are you doing? And my girlfriend, who's my wife now, you know, at the time, she's just like, I don't know if this is the right thing for you, right? Because she saw me through that process, and you're gonna have to go through exactly the same process as well. Now, whether that takes you a year or 9 years, like me, I don't know, some people figure it out more quickly than other people, right? But it's going to take time, and you need to be patient, and you need to just be willing to, you know, get into a lot of crap, and then pivoting, you know, picking yourself back up, dusting off the dust, and then going at it again and again and again until you figure it out, okay? So I'm not sure if that's what you wanted to hear in this video, but that's the absolute truth, you know? I think that it's important that you understand that this is what it takes to build a business. It's about hard work, it's about tenacity, it's about you know, improving your own personal skill set. It's about taking massive action every single day. It's about not caring about what, you know, people think of you, even when you become successful, because people get jealous, right? People are going to get jealous. They're going to say crap about you. They're going to try and bring you down. And it's about being thick-skinned and just not caring what, you know, just don't sweat the small stuff, okay? Don't sweat the small stuff, because there are more important things when it comes to business, right? And you know, it's just focusing on your business and not worrying about what other people have to say, okay? And then of course, it's also about implementing the right strategies. But to be honest, 80 to 90% of being successful in business is about everything that we just spoke about earlier. The strategies and stuff, that's important too, but that's literally like 10 to 20%, because it'll take you a while before you figure out the right strategies, but it's gonna take 80% of, you know, tenacity and hard work and taking action. So that's basically it. So let me know what you think. You know, has this video helped you at all? Because I think this is it's a great topic. It's a really important topic, because most people don't even get far enough to be able to experience success, because they quit before they ever get successful, okay? And so, you know, I hope this video inspires you, because it is possible. You know, if someone like me can go for 9 years and still have a business, right? And you know, even though I wanted to quit, you know, 10, 15 times, and I'm still here, it says a lot. You know, if someone like me can do it, you can absolutely do it too, okay? It's just about staying the course, being really, really focused, and, you know, taking little mini breaks, you know? So if you do struggle, take a little mini break, and then come back on it, get back on the horse again, you know, pivot, re-strategize, take massive action. And it's really just, you know, it's repeating that process over and over and over again, all right? So let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you thought this video was good, if it helped you at all, okay? And please subscribe to my channel right on the bottom. Now, if you are interested in seeing what kind of business I built, and, you know, maybe you're a little bit curious, or maybe you want to know what you can possibly do online, then I welcome you to click on the link right below this video. I've got a little link there in the description box. That's actually what I'm doing right now. You can check it out. I'm actually an affiliate marketer, and you know, I'll show you step by step on exactly how I built my business. Hopefully it's going to shortcut your learning curve, right? It'll definitely get it down from 9 years like me to probably you know, 6 months to 12 months, but it still does take some time, because it's a new skill set that you're going to have to learn. But I mean, who cares, right? Who cares about how much time you put in? Well, if you can quit your job and have a really significant income and build, an online asset that's gonna pay you for life. I mean, that is just, you can't put a price on that. That kind of stuff is priceless, all right? So if you want to check that out, if you want to roll with me, if you want to spend a bit more time with me and see what I'm doing, click on the link below. I wish you all the best in your online endeavors and your businesses in general. And I hope that we get to speak sometime soon. Take care.